Hey everyone, it's Sailor Mimzy. This week's video is going to be a flip through of the remainder of my hobonichi techo. So the first book, since I have the cousin avec, it's split up into two books if you didn't know. And the last time I was in here, it was flip through from June 1st to 16th, so we left off here, and we'll just continue on. Okay, so this is two separate days, 17th and 18th, but I used this one picture and cut it in half and stuck it on both the pages. It's a cutout from a magazine. I just thought it looked like it was an interesting picture to me. This day, my husband and Sadie picked me up from work, so that's always a nice surprise when Sadie shows up. Oh, at work, there's this regular patron that comes in, usually just say, like, you know, hi, how are you, like small talk. But this night, before she left, she leaned over the counter to me and she said in such a low voice, "I love how you do your eyeliner." It just came out of the blue. Like, that's totally different from our small talks that we do. So this day was a Saturday. This is just a drawing of a bee. I used ink pen. I did this while at work, I believe, on break, using the Platinum Preppy in the extra fine nib with the blue ink. So I had work this day, and my husband actually went to a 3D printing class that was happening at my work. It was funny because I usually stay on the first floor at my work, and his class was on the fourth floor. But one of the things that I have to do when I'm working is pull books off shelves for people that request them, and I purposely chose to do books on the fourth floor. I usually like going there anyway because that's where all the nonfiction is, and I purposely went to the section where I knew I'd be able to see him, and sure enough, he purposely sat by the window of the classroom. So I was bent down getting a book, and I was pretending to get a book, but really I was trying to get his attention. And sure enough, he saw me, and then I burst out laughing at the library, and I covered my face, and I had to act like nothing happened. But it was just silly little things. It was lots of fun though. And after work this day, we went to the cemetery, and Sadie came with us. She was very well behaved. And up here there's a quote from Dwight Schrute, one of my faves from The Office. It says, "I love catching people in the act. That's why I always whip doors open." The 19th was Father's Day, so it was a Sunday, and I did a painting of Sadie sleeping on my husband's head. She loves using him as a pillow, especially his beard. I am just so jealous. I wish that I could grow a beard, then she would probably cuddle with me more. Maybe I can find the picture. Hang on. I'm just looking for the picture right now, but I came across this one. Sadie is so adorable. Oh, here it is. It's kind of a fuzzy picture because I had to zoom in, but here's Sadie sleeping on his head. Maybe you can kind of compare. I can't even tell if my screen is showing up properly. Anyways, so I just ripped off a piece of a advertisement in a magazine and just stuck it here. I thought it was a really cool picture of a fish. And yeah, so for Father's Day, I just wrote a little letter to my husband here. And then, yeah, I did some watercolor first actually. The hearts are there first, and then I wrote over it with a Platinum Preppy. And you can kind of tell that the painted parts absorbed the pen differently than on the regular Tomo River paper. And then the next day, just talk a little bit about the previous night's episode of Game of Thrones. It was the first day of summer. This was a cutout from an old book, I believe. I guess that could be more of a spring image. Anyways, there's some washi here. And I tried painting the moon. It was ginormous that night. So I purposely drew with the Platinum Preppy pen because it's not waterproof. So as soon as water touches it, it actually smudges really badly. So I use that to my advantage and kind of put it in with I made it look like it was part of the moon shining in the sky. And also later on in this month, so during this time I was also going through my washi. So you might be seeing more washi than usual. On the 21st, we went to the Red River X which is a fair that comes to our city every year. I've been going every year for the past little while. We used to go when I was younger as like it was like a big deal, it was a treat for us to go. My mom and dad would take us. I remember feeling like it was probably better than Disney World, because like Disney World was like my huge thing that I've always wanted to go to. But yeah, in my mind the X was bigger than Disney World, and it was amazing, and it didn't have scary people dressed up in like, you know, mascot suits or whatever. But yeah, when I go now, it's just every year I go, it just feels smaller and smaller, and maybe it's because I'm getting old. Anyways, enough about that rant. This is the parking pass ticket thingy that we had to pay for and put on our dash. $6 for parking. That seems so expensive. And the theme was like, you know, when you win prizes at fairs, there's usually like a theme. So the theme was like emojis. So a lot of kids were walking around with this poop hat and like emoji pillows, like smiley faces and stuff. There was also Pokemon, so people were walking around like cradling Pikachus and Charmanders and Squirtles and Pokemon balls, and I couldn't get any. I really wanted to get a little Charmander. And there was also a plush Sriracha bottle. It was so awesome. It was only at one stall, and I didn't like the game, so I didn't get a chance to win it. My sister won a ginormous unicorn. And the next day we went to just a little mini road trip. It was about, I think, half an hour or maybe 40 minutes from where we live. We just went to this little town, Selkirk, and we walked around the Marine Museum, which was closed, but we got to look at boats and stuff. And we ordered food from this sushi place that I never knew was there. While waiting, I was drawing what I saw. We were parked right in front of the Japanese place, but then across the street there was like this hotel, and I really liked how their sign looked. Oh, and Sadie ate a minnow. We were walking along this like kind of a dock part, I guess, while we were waiting for our food. And I'm usually very like on the ball with pulling things out of Sadie's mouth, because she just snatches everything up, like from grass to like whatever. And she got this minnow, and I freaked out, and I tried to get it out of her mouth, and I saw the tail and everything go in, and I started freaking out. Couldn't get to it in time. She just chomped it down fast. Yeah, it was probably from the people fishing nearby. But ugh, Sadie. Oh, and also this octopus is a drawing of a charm that my husband bought me. He usually buys me a charm every time we go to the fair, and this year it was an octopus. I thought it was cute, and actually he picked out something different from me, and then I saw the octopus and he's like, okay, I'll get you the octopus. And then I wore it the next day, and I remember looking in the mirror and I'm like, this reminds me of Hydra. And I was like, oh, why did I get this? But it's not exactly like the Hydra logo, but it's pretty close. Thursday, it was hot, and all I wanted to do was play with paint. And I had this shoe cut out for such a long time, and I finally decided to use it. Honestly, if it was available and cheap enough, I would totally buy these. They look crazy, but it's one of those childhood things that you always wanted. So it was hot. Yeah, I worked that day. And there's a little doodle of Sadie plopped over on her side, snoozing away. Even though it's hot, she's still like sleeping in like the sunbeams on the floor. I don't know how or why. Okay, and next day, Friday, we were both off work, and we went lollygagging and doing whatever while doing errands. So we weren't completely wasting our time. Oh, husband got a root beer float, and he was like the happiest person around. So we went through store shopping and picked up a couple of things. Some stuff for Christmas, actually. It's for Christmas wrapping. Let's leave it at that. It's for someone in my family, and I don't want to like ruin it in case they watch. I picked up an LP of the Cars. This is my sad, quick doodle of the Cars album cover. And then here there's a Michael Scott quote from The Office. Truth be told, I think I thrive under a lack of accountability. I keep forgetting I have these jewel stickers, so I thought I'd use them. So this is Saturday, the 25th. I didn't have a whole lot to write this day. I was working 9 to 5, so most of my day was spent at work. But oh, I used my stamp, and I used ink that I thought would have for sure went through. Like, I didn't realize till after I actually stamped that I used the wrong ink, but then if you look on the other side, it doesn't look bad at all. Like there is like some shadowing if you look closely, but well, there's like a couple of dots that bleed through, but nothing bad. Like the whole stamp isn't on the other side of the page, which is pretty awesome. Okay, I couldn't draw this. I really wanted to draw this incident that happened. So I was helping a woman at my work with a library card, and I was at the returns desk. And while I'm helping her, like she had her purse on the desk and her wallet and her ID and everything. So I was helping her get a new library card. And this man came up beside her while I was helping her, and he had this reusable bag filled with books. He turned it upside down over the counter, and he just dumped all the books all over the counter, as in on our arms, on her purse, her wallet, her ID and everything. Everything was covered in books. And I'm just standing there like trying so hard not to swear out loud, and I was just shocked. And he didn't say sorry, and he didn't like go to help us like move the books or anything. He didn't say a single word. He just walked away. He turned his bag right side up and walked away. And I was standing there like speechless. And after a few moments, I like the woman was moving the books off of her, like her stuff, and I helped her and I apologized and asked if she was okay, and she was fine. And I couldn't believe that happened. It's like I could not believe it. Yeah, and I recognized the guy too, so he better not do that again. The next day was Sunday. Oh, I hung out with my sister and we went for lunch at a new cafe. And we shopped a lot. Well, actually, I window shopped. I didn't really buy anything, I don't think. No, I was empty-handed. Yeah, we went grocery shopping afterwards, so I did some shopping there. I tried this seafood okonomiyaki. It was delicious. And then we walked it off by going shopping. And yeah, it was a good Sunday. And this is actually a stamp. I did not write this. My hand is not steady enough to do that. I don't think I have the patience to actually write so nice like that. And I tried doing a cartoon version of my sister. It was the Game of Thrones season finale. So I did like the Baratheon logo there. And then this is the logo from Overwatch, this video game I started playing, which is pretty awesome. Oh, and there might be red marks on this page because my lipstick uncapped itself in my purse. And I was wiping it down, and then stupid me puts the rag I was using on this page. So there was like red all over. I tried wiping it off, so it doesn't look too bad. This day I was working, and this is actually a cutout from a magazine. And I thought it was appropriate because I've been slacking off on my reading for the past like 2 weeks or so. And I've been trying to get back on track with that. And this is a wrapper from the crepe place in the city. We had crepes for dessert that night. Andy Bernard from The Office, his quote, "What if Dwight dies and I still owe him something? That is a recipe for a ghost." Sorry, that makes me laugh. I had to like hold in my ridiculous, gross sounding laughter. Oh yeah, that always makes me laugh. Okay, we're almost at the end. So the 28th, I actually did a journaling time of this page. This was from my felting. Where is my bee? Oh, here. This is the second bee I made, just in case. I did do a video on this. It's so much fun. But yeah, so this is from the packaging of the bee needle felting kit. And then there's a cutout of a bee there from a magazine. Doodle of Sadie snoozing. And this is probably one of my favorite washies. So cute. Okay, and this is from that Overwatch video game, and so is this here. My husband and I were playing it a lot, and it sucks because if you want to play with each other, we have to be on 2 different Xboxes with 2 different copies because there's no split screen. So we've been like patiently taking turns with each other, and both of us just really want to play. Looks like this is when I started not feeling too well. It started off as like a combination between just starting to get sick as well as girl problems, which sucks. My husband and I started watching this old mini-series from 2002 that I found at work called Rose Red. which is based on a Stephen King thing. Kind of cheesy, but the story was interesting. There were some creepy parts. Oh, Dwight quote from The Office. Last time I went to a theater, a man dressed up as a cat sat on my lap. Oh my gosh, I love that show. Yes, I'm rewatching it yet again. And yeah, I'm writing down the quotes as I hear them. This is Moomin washi tape, and then this is Sailor Moon washi tape, but I cut them up to kind of space them out. And June 30th was also Serena, or Sailor Moon, or Usagi's birthday, as well as my friend Ness. It was her birthday as well. Fell asleep on the couch using this blanket that I'm halfway crocheting. It's like I crochet a square a day kind of thing. But yeah, I fell asleep underneath it. It was just so cozy. Yeah, I was really sick, so it was just easy to doze off. It usually takes a lot for me to fall asleep. And this yellow writing was written with my favorite Platinum Preppy pen with that yellow ink. And that's the end. Yeah, that was the end of my month of June, as well as the end of this book of the hobonichi, my first one. I'm going to be putting up a video of, I guess, a summary, so that'll be coming up next. I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, please leave a message in the comment section. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!